Alrighty guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Cookie Clicker with Lone Debater 7. And today we are going to be taking a look at the 8th Ascendancy. That is right, the 8th Ascendancy. In between this episode and the last one, I kind of have been playing a lot more passively than I was in the beginning of this series, primarily because it takes a while to generate the legacy levels that I need. I did finally cross the 100 billion threshold. We have 108 billion in the bank right now. I'm just going to click through this golden cookie while we kind of explain what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. Please take this time, if you are new to the channel, to go ahead and subscribe, because we are active and we do bring you new content. You know, on like a consistent basis is the word I was looking for. Sorry about that. So yeah, be sure to subscribe so you get notified when new videos get uploaded. We also do live streams all the time as well. And we're over on twitch.tv. Just search Twitch for Lone Debater 7 and you should find us. Follow me on there as well if you would, so you get notified when we go live. Anyway, guys, in today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the next Ascendancy. I wanted to save up 100 billion legacy levels, Ascendancy levels, whatever you want to call them. 100 billion heavenly chips, right? And the reason for this is I can utilize those to buy the dragon upgrade. I forget what it's actually called. We'll take a look at it when we click up in a moment here. I could use 100. I know that upgrade costs 100 billion, so that's why I set the 100 billion target. We'll take a look and see what's available, however, because there may be a better way to spend the first 100 billion as opposed to just getting one upgrade. We might be able to get 3 or 4, and that might do more for us. In addition to spending our heavenly chips, at this point in the game, we generate, up to a tredecillion relatively quickly, like within the first 20 minutes of starting a new, resetting, you know what I'm saying? So there's not really a reason to have all of the clicking upgrades inside of our permanent upgrade slots, as I understand it. So we're going to swap those around and see if we can find or figure out what the best upgrade is going to be to replace a couple of those with. Like, we're still going to keep the most expensive cursor upgrade and the most expensive kitten upgrade that we have access to, but I believe we're going to swap around some of the other ones. We'll take a look at that though, so stay tuned. The golden cookie is just about done here, so awesome. We'll sell that out, or stop clicking for a moment. I'm just looking, so the only thing that's close is temples. We might be able to get that rounded up. We'll save the mines as well, so temples and mines are only 10 away, so we might be able to get one or the other or both, hopefully. Now let's just see. If we buy, we can get the temples, but not the mines. What if we sell the temples? Then we can get the mines. Awesome. Woo! Yeah, give us our sextillion cookies. Oh my god. Look at this. We're making 95 quintillion with no buildings. How does that even work? Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're going to click up. So legacy, yes, we really want to ascend. Start over from scratch. Cool. Cookie explodes like usual. Awesome possum. And let's take a look-see. So, could get the 5th permanent upgrade slot. Lol. But this is the one I was looking at. Pet the dragon. 100 billion. Unlocks the ability to pet your dragon by clicking on it once hatched. Okay, that sounds like it does nothing. We could do Shimmering Veil. Or Reinforced Membrane, like these ones. Fortune cookies, that I don't care about, really. Keepsakes we already have. These are hundreds of billions, so we can't quite afford those. We could do this. Kitten upgrades are 10% cheaper. Oh, this boosts our grandmas. We can't afford it, though. So, looking at this, I think we will go for, this one, this one. Still have 79. We could go 50 for that. This was 50 as well. Aura gloves are now effective up to cursor level 20. Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, we haven't even maxed this yet. so I guess there's no reason to spend the 50 on that yet. News ticker I don't care about. Like, what is this? Oh, they made me click for something good. So, okay. Maybe we will get that because that adds a secondary minigame to the game. So this is what we bought with our 108 billion prestige levels and heavenly chips. We got reinforced membrane for 15 billion. Makes our shimmering veil better. We got cosmic beginner's luck for 15 billion. We bought fortune cookies for 77.778 billion. And that is it for this Ascension. Let's take a look at the upgrades though. So we have our permanent upgrade slot 1 is nonillion fingers. So that's our top clicker or cursor upgrade. Then on our permanent upgrade slots here, I have been just putting the most expensive kitten upgrades just because that seems to be the most impactful. So Decillion versus nonillion. This one might be replaceable. That's Decillion. Duodecillion. Okay, so I have the 3 most expensive kittens in here right now. This is the cheapest one. So if I wanted to change something, it'd probably be this upgrade right here. And if I was to change it to something else, what would make sense is something that's like crazy expensive. So like maybe like 5 Tredecillion is not that much really. 2's not that much. Like maybe one of these cookies down here. I think there's like a 20% multiplier one that's quite expensive. That's 10. Maybe not. Honestly, I think I'm just going to leave it as is. So if you're looking for guidance on what upgrades to put in these slots, I mean, you can always try to min-max this and put the most expensive upgrades in here. But I think it's prudent to leave the 3, like, I don't have the top tier kitten upgrade unlocked. So maybe on our next Ascension, we'll be able to get that. And then I can swap to this one, kitten, analyst, and then the top tier kitten upgrade for 2 of them. And then we can look at swapping out the 3rd for something else. But I don't know. I think the kitten upgrades are undervalued a lot of the time. They boost your cookie per second by quite a bit. So I think that's a good spend. But there you are. This is our tree at this stage. So we've got most of it filled out. We need 100 billion for this. 900, 950. These are all 333. And then this is 55. So only a little, like I mean, if we got like 1.5 or 1.2 trillion, I think would get us everything. But there we are. We're back in the mortal world. Cool. We're back. Awesome. Let this thing kind of click through. We're going to buy all of our stuff. Let's just swap to hundos. Buy all this. Buy all that. Buy that. Whoop. Oh, I'm in sell mode. Might help if I was in the right mode, yeah? There we go. So this is how I do it initially. I buy 100 of everything. Do that. And then I go over to my dragon, chip it, sacrifice all the buildings. And in the time that it took us to click through all of that, we should have built back. So next we're gonna do 50 of each building. Because we're gonna max out our dragon right from the get-go. It's worth doing it, I believe. Mainly so you can get your auras set for the cost of a cursor as opposed to an idolverse. Granted, they're not gonna, like a single building is not gonna be all that expensive relative to how much you're generating. We're at what, nonillion a second right now, and we don't have any buildings really. Okay, now we go back to hundreds. We buy 200 of everything this time. This will unlock a ton of upgrades, which we're going to buy all the upgrades before we sacrifice these. And the reason why you do it that way is so the upgraded production of these buildings will pay out the cost of the 100 buildings before, like if I do that, for example, it'll jump our production up to the point where we'll be able to buy 200 of these buildings instantly, pretty much. I don't care about Shimmering Veil, honestly. mainly because I play with the mouse macro. If you're not playing with the mouse macro, Shimmering Bell is really good because it does boost your KPS. But let's go ahead and buy 2 cursors so we can set our dragon's aura. On this, we're at 1 point... Well, this is hard to tell, but let's see. So I used this one last time, which isn't terrible, but I think what I'm going to go for is the Prism one to double our production, just outright. And then the second, I think we're going to go for... the cursor? Do we go for the cursor? Let's actually go for the Arcane Aura for the increased golden cookie thing. I think that's going to pay for itself a lot faster. But we're just going to build back our 200 of every building, so our production gets back up there. Then we'll go through and kind of max out our stacks, and that's basically going to be the end of the video. But hopefully this has given you guys some pointers on what to look at when you're doing the Ascensions, just in general. At this point in the game, like, the time in between these episodes, you've probably already noticed, has increased dramatically. Like, between the 6th and 7th episode, it was like maybe a couple days, and now it's like weeks, months, whatever, in between episodes, and that is because of how long it takes to generate the legacy levels. Like, we only have 1700 and we're doing 6 undecillion a second right now. Granted, we should probably look at trying to do some of the seasons. I'm just going to run the macro for a minute to get the click upgrades like that. See, they all popped in. I'm also going to save up for the season, and I'm going to switch it over to Christmas first, I believe, so we can get the Santa multiplier on our cookie per second. Just because that, I think that's the easiest one to it's maybe not the easiest one to complete. Valentine's Day is the easiest one to complete for sure. So maybe we'll do Valentine's Day first. That might make more sense. First, we're going to buy 100 time machines and another 100 cursors, and we're going to buy all the upgrades. And I think we will switch over to the 50 or the 10s, and we'll kind of go by 10s because we can't afford hundreds of everything at the moment. Come on, there we go. But this unlocks more upgrades, so we can increase the production of our buildings even further by doubling it, you know, so that will scale our production. But I am happy to say that see that we're already in the undecillion, and we basically have none of the building, like we haven't unlocked any of the more expensive building stuff yet. Like these are still only undecillion, like stuff doesn't cost hundreds of tridecillion yet, which is where we ascended at. Like that was the cost of a building, was like, I think the cheapest one was 111 tridecillion for a 10 stack. So yeah, we have a lot of buildings to buy before we're back up to that price per building in this Ascension. But it's good. It's good to see that we're already up this high, because we ascended with like 300 undecillion, I believe, last time. But anyway, guys, be sure, if you didn't earlier, to subscribe to the video and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the episode, and if you have any questions, be sure to drop them there as well. I do my best to answer them for everyone. That way, hopefully it will help you in your game. But guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here for today, and until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya!